If you would have asked me how to value the love that you get. All right, so still getting used to how I want to start the podcast. Still getting used to how I want it, like how I want it to go. I tried like the professional thing, but I don't think that really worked well for me. Um, I was talking to a friend of mine. It just felt too scripted, not real enough. Not that it was not that what I it not like not real, but like it wasn't super true to my whole personality. In the way that I talk, it was very much based off of the information I was trying to put out there, which I'm not like mad at those episodes at all. Like I love them and like I do think what I talked about in them is important and the way that I talked about them is important because what I wanted to make sure that I hit all of those points. Like I wanted to make sure that everything that I was trying to address was addressed so that the full picture got portrayed because I wasn't just trying to talk about shit. I was also trying to give a solution to some of the shit that I was talking about. Um, but yeah, and now I'm getting more comfortable talking with the camera, and I don't think I need a script anymore. And I honestly just wanted to try something different. So for these next couple episodes, I'm sorry if everything just keeps changing up. I'm also moving soon, so nothing's gonna be very consistent except for the fact that I'm posting. And I apologize for that if that pisses you off, but you're just gonna have to live life with me. And if you don't like to live life with me, then suck it up, Buttercup. Later, and don't have to fucking watch my podcast. Like that's fine. Also, everybody say hi to Pumpkin since she's here. Also, everybody say hello to Taddy. It's the bear. Um, but yeah. So welcome back to If You Would Have Asked Me. I'm your host, Addie, and today today's question is if you would have asked me about the love that you get. So, in this world, we live in a very give and take society where, oh, well, if I give you this, you'll give me that. If I give you this, you'll take that. If I give, you'll receive, and with hopes of me giving, you'll give back to me. And today I just want to talk about how you value the love that you give to these people. Because as easy as it is to just hand your love out to everybody because it's love and it's unconditional and it's beautiful that your love has no boundaries, because your love has no boundaries, it starts to take a toll on yourself and who you are and the way that you go about certain things in life. If you give your love with no boundaries, you also love yourself with boundaries. All the boundaries that you don't give to other people, you hold yourself to, which kind of takes away from your self love. And that's not to say that you don't love yourself, but there's different levels to it. There's, I look in the mirror and I can say I love myself. I know I'm a good person. I know that I work my ass off every day and I love myself for that. But the self love that I'm talking about is the kind of love that you see yourself the way that you see other people. You see yourself and you think, wow, I take care of myself. Like I am always there for other people when they need me. I love how I take care of animals. I love the way that I don't only think about myself. I love the way that I look. I love the way that my hair falls. I love the way that I laugh. Like the self love I'm talking about is loving every single individual little thing about yourself. And this is something that I still struggle with. Um, For me, like the one thing that I notice that I struggle with the most when it comes to my self love is I get like really, really hard on myself. Like I go through a lot of points where I literally like I'll do something and I'm like, you stupid bitch. And like I'll just start like digging on myself, or like I'll talk myself into thinking that like nobody gives a fuck about me, and that like I'm gonna like be alone forever, and at the end of the day like I don't matter to anybody as much as anybody else matters to me. That is like my biggest insecurity. That's like what I portray a lot onto people. And so when I'm portraying this onto people, I'm never like, oh, well, you don't love me. And well, there's some people that I do portray that towards, but that's mainly towards men. Like I normally treat men as though they don't love me because it it wouldn't surprise me if you did. Not because I'm not great and not because I'm not awesome, but because you don't see me the way I see myself. And if you don't see me the way I see myself, then how like it doesn't surprise me that you're so quick and easy to leave, because you only love me for the way that I love you. You only love me because I choose to see you for every tiny little thing that makes you you, the way that your hair falls, the way that you laugh, the way that you act when you get sad, like the way that you act when you're happy. And I love you for all of these tiny little things, and I don't think you see me in that light. I think that you see me as someone who loves you, and because I love you and the way that I love you makes you feel super secure within yourself. And so when I meet a guy and it's like a really good guy, and like there pretty much if there's not a ring on my finger, there's always gonna like a lingering feeling and thought in my mind saying, hey, he doesn't see you fully. Like he's not sticking around. Like don't count on that. Like he could give less of a fuck if you're here tomorrow. Like it's gonna be sad for him, but he'll move on. Like it's not the end of the world. And part of that is like accepting that people have their own lives and like their separate lives, and obviously your whole entire existence, like it does not revolve around somebody else's whole entire existence. Like I am me and I love myself and I'm the center of my world, but my sister, she loves herself and she's the center of her world, and we have two completely different worlds, and we don't owe each other anything. And that same thing applies to every relationship that you ever have: mother, father, grandma, grandpa, best friend, little sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, partner, teacher, person that you held the door open for at the gas station. Every single person in this world is centered within themselves, and because of that, we can't expect other people to allow our what we're going through and how we feel to like we can't expect other people to make that their responsibility or to care that much. And you have to, in return of that expectation that people that we shouldn't have for people, give yourself that amount of love that you're kind of expecting from them. And I know it's hard to like give yourself a love that you want from somebody else because it's not the same when it comes from yourself, but also at the same time, you can look at yourself from an outside perspective and love yourself for all of those same reasons. So, when it comes to the love that you give to the world and the people around you, it is about more than just what you're going to receive. It's about how you feel and how secure you feel when you give that love. If you're just continuously giving love and all it does is drain you, 2, 3 months, years, weeks down the line, it's going to start reflecting on your day to day life, and it's going to start taking a toll on you. Because if you're consistently staying places and allowing yourself to be drained by love, one of like what the one thing that's supposed to be pure and honest and genuine in this world, it's like an abuse of it. It's like any other drug. And the love that you give isn't only meant to be received, but it's meant to be reciprocated. So if you are giving love to people consistently, and they aren't giving you any love, even like in like the tiniest notion back, like at one point you have to make a decision for yourself and choose to walk away from that situation. Like, it doesn't matter how much love you give somebody if they aren't reciprocating that same level of love back to you. You can only give them that same level of love that they're giving to you. It's not to say that you love them any less, but it's to say that they don't deserve that full extent of the love that you have because they have not proven that. And there's nothing wrong with taking away some of your love from a situation that does not serve you. You are allowed to guard yourself and you are allowed to protect the person that you are from people who don't even understand that them not being able to see you fully drains you on a day-to-day basis. You deserve to have only the people around you that constantly like build you up and only give you more love to give out, like to put out in the world. It's not about being selfish and it's not about the other person in the situation. It's purely about the fact that you cannot do what you're supposed to do properly in this world and truly fulfill your purpose if you're constantly drained from giving your love to people who do not deserve it. The right people will see your love and they will think, okay, wow, this is the most honest, genuine, pure love I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Or this is just an honest, pure love. And I love to like recognize that. And when they do recognize that, they think, I want to give that back to them. And then they do in whatever way they can or see fit. And there's a separation there from people who love you like that and people who love you, but to the extent of what you can offer them. So if you're constantly giving love to people who want to reciprocate that love back to you, then you're going to feel full of love because that love that you're giving is getting poured right back into your cup. Whereas with that other person, in that other situation, that love that you're giving is just getting drank in, and then they're looking at you and, oh my gosh, that was such a good glass of love. Thanks, dude. Fuck you. Like, you're not gonna fill my cup. Like, my cup's empty now, and like, I know I gave you the love, but you you didn't think it was proper, or you didn't want to put me back in my cup, and now my cup's empty. My cup that I kind of need to survive. Like, you you just want my cup to be empty. You don't care. Like, it's not fair to constantly fill up other people's cups when they never put anything into yours. And it's okay to be selfish every once in a while and say, and I only say selfish because people think it's self-centered and selfish to walk away from a situation and a scenario where you were not being embraced at your full potential. People choose to hold you down because they're scared of what that means for them and where they would stand in your life after you step up. And so their goal is to bring you back down to their level. And if you want to be back down at that level, go ahead. Go down there. But if you can see that someone's trying to bring you down to their level and you have the ability to rise above that, please do it. Please. Like, you deserve to be around the people who want to love you fully, honest, genuinely. They will come in. It took me 2 years. Not even 2 years. It took me I didn't meet my first, like, most honest, most genuine, most I see you for who you are and I love you and I want to give to you what you give to me, friend, until sophomore, sophomore or freshman year of high school. I was on the cheer team and I lived like 30 minutes away from my high school, but that was the closest high school. And so the cheer captain of the JV team at the time lived like 10, 15 minutes away from me. So at one point, my dad got in contact with her mom. And mind you, I hated this girl. Like, when I went into high school, I very much was like, ugh, emo, nonchalant, fuck, like, I do what I want. I'm a bad bitch. I was, in fact, not a bad bitch. I was not cute. I was not hot. I was very cringe. And so she was the captain of the JV team, and she had this, like, she was so happy. Like, she was stereotypical cheerleader. And, like, I did cheer because I liked the sport, not because I wanted to be a cheerleader. And, like, I did competitive all-star cheer for 13 years. So going into high school cheer, it was a completely different dynamic. And so this girl who was captain of the cheer team, and she was like, oh, she was just so happy all the time, and she was always just like, oh my god, like, oh my gosh, yeah, like, it's so, oh my god, like, yeah. And like, I literally would dread having conversations with her because I just didn't know like how she had all that energy. I was just like, girl, like, what, why are you putting all that on me? Get away. And so one day, and like at one point, she had stopped liking me because I would constantly question her all the time. Like, but I would only question her when it came to stuff about cheer. And like the captain would be like, or like our coach would be like, you know what, that's a good point. And like, because I did all star cheer, so like it came to like tumbling, stunting, stuff like that. And like, so the coach would ask me questions, and she would like not really like fuck with like that, me like going around her, which is valid. And so like we didn't like each other, and at one point my dad asked her mom if she would pick me up for school in the morning so I didn't have to ride the bus anymore, and that he would pay her. And so her mom said that she would, and so her mom made her come, but she got paid, so she wasn't that mad at it. And this girl was driving me around like to school and then from like home from cheer practice. I think like, let's see, for maybe like a month. And then one day we were driving home from cheer practice and I was so pissed off. I started ranting. And she started ranting and we started ranting to each other. And all of a sudden, like we were like talking shit about some of the girls on the team and we looked at each other and we were like, are we friends? And we were like, yeah. And I swear ever since I met her, it's like life's been better. She's the first person I like had ever met that gave me love, gave the love that I gave to her back once I was open to giving it. And it was like, wow, this is awesome. This is great. I didn't know this was an option. I didn't know this was out there. Holy fuck. And so we became best friends and we're best friends to this day. Like she moved to Texas. She is married with 2 kids now. I'm the godmom of her firstborn. Like all because she saw the genuine in me and I saw the genuine in her once we decided that we were going to open our eyes cuz we were high schoolers and we became best friends. Like at each other's hip all the time. Like she would after I moved out of that school, she would drive 2 hours just to come see me. Like, she was the best person I had ever met. Love that girl to this day. I hope she's watching this episode because I just want her to know how much I appreciate her and love her because if she had never given me that love, I would have never known that it was something that would have been given back to me if I put it out there. Like, she opened my whole entire world to friendships. And I had a best friend from like 4th grade, and I thought she was my absolute best friend. But then I made other friends, and I started realizing she only was friends with me because of what I provided for her. And that isn't fair. And I now like I realize how much that drained me and how much that draining me would affect so much of the way that I behaved growing up because I would give love and she would give me half of what I gave her. And it wasn't even like that was all she had to offer. She just preferred to give it to things that she thought were more important and half ass our friendship. And that's nothing against her. She's doing great and she's happy now and she probably gives less of a fuck about me. But for me, it took a toll. Like, I'm sensitive, things affect me. And so I had to like end that like not like that friendship. Like, we don't talk. Like, I haven't talked. Like, we haven't actually talked in like a year. Like, we text every once in a while, like, hey, like, obviously, like, I still care about you, I still love you, but like very much not the friendship that it used to be. And that's sad, but at the same time, I realize now that anytime we were in each other's presence, I just felt like, wow, I could never be good enough. Like, that was just how I felt in that friendship because that was the dynamic that we were in. It wasn't fun for me. And I let it go on for too long. And once I kind of released it, I felt so much more free. I don't care if it's the right wording or not, but like I just felt more free because I let go of a friendship that really didn't serve me. Like, I deserve more than someone who only wants to be friends with me because they want to go do dumb high schooler shit all the time. Like, that just wasn't for me. Like, that wasn't something that I really considered my feng shui. And so when it comes to the love that you give, you kind of have to make sure that you're fully aware of how much you're giving to people and how much they're giving back to you. You have to be like, initially, like, give them all the love that you want to give them. Give it to them in full. And then watch how they move. If you are still loving them to that extent and you start to feel drained, you do not have to keep them in your life. But if you give them all this love and you start to feel more love and you start to feel more fulfilled, then that's something that you can continue to love and give love to. It's about the balance in between it. It's not about what either of you offer, but what you guys are able to balance in between each other for each other. It's a way of seeing somebody fully and knowing what part you play in their life that helps them become their fullest potential rather than getting insecure about them. If you have friends that you get insecure around that you just try to make it feel more insecure, or if you have friends that make you feel more insecure, those aren't people you need to be friends with. At least not right now. That's just not where you guys are in life. Maybe later on. Maybe that'll be fine. But right now, like, what you're doing and who you're doing it with is supposed to be sacred and it's supposed to make you feel more full and it's not supposed to be draining you. So, if you would have asked me about the love that you give, I would have said there's a balance to it. And you should only be giving love to people when it makes you feel more full. And if you're giving love to people and it makes you feel drained, that maybe you should be giving less love, less active love to these people, or just remove yourself from their lives completely. Not saying that you don't love them, not saying that you guys don't need each other, but maybe it's not to the extent that you thought. And that's okay. Love is difficult, but it's also a feeling, and it either feels tragic or it feels beautiful. And it's not always supposed to feel beautifully tragic. Those are just some random moments every here and there. Okay, It's late. I'm tired. I just got done with working a double. I worked as a line cook from 3 to 10 today, and then I worked as a retail associate, whatever the hell the word is, from 4 to 8:30. And I'm exhausted. I'm pooped. I want to take my makeup off. I want to put my pajamas on. So that's going to be it for today's episode. And if you guys resonated with this episode, if it felt like something that really kind of hit the spot, if there's anything that you want to add or say or just get off of your chest, feel free to put it in the comments. If you think that you know somebody that might need to hear something that went on in this episode, send them the timestamp and what and the episode. Um, get a conversation going, start something beautiful. Stay you, stay real, stay honest, and never forget that you're loved and that the right people will love you in your fullest, most honest, most genuine way and self. And if they don't, then they aren't your people, at least not right now. All right. Later, guys.